So what did we actually think by the end of the holiday of the Apollonion Asterias Resort and Spa? I'm going to now give you our review as a family. You know, what did we think? Is this really a 5-star hotel? What was the food and drink like? What was the accommodation like? Would we recommend it? Would we come back? Is just my honest review here at the hotel. If I'd have known a few more things, if I'd have known them before, you know, booking, would it have changed my mind? It might have done. I saw reviews with 5-star food, wow comments. Maybe my opinion would have been different to come here if I'd have seen a video saying. So first of all, starting with the accommodation, is this really a 5-star hotel? I would definitely say in terms of the accommodation, it definitely is. In terms of the actual room, certainly the view outside is absolutely incredible. Now the accommodation is split into 2 parts, so there is the Apollonion and the Asterias part of this complex. So we're staying in the Asterias part of it. In terms of the actual room space and what the room was like, absolutely amazing. I just think the views from the balcony, the actual comfort of the beds, the cleanliness of the room inside, the maid that comes in to do all the cleaning and make the beds up and provide you with all of the necessities, has been amazing. So I think the service in the rooms and I think the actual rooms themselves have been perfect. Definitely 5-star, really clean, really lovely, and as I say, the beds have been really comfortable as well. I'm pretty sure that when we were looking at reviews and things of this hotel, I think some people did say the beds were hard, etc. Now Emily's bed, which is sort of the little, almost like the sofa bed kind of sofa area, has been a little bit harder, but in terms of our beds that we've slept in just right here, absolutely perfect. We've had really good night sleeps while we've been here, so I can't fault the room in any way at all. Having 2 sinks in the bathroom, absolutely amazing, love that, and the shower was really good as well. The view from the actual balcony is incredible. Again, I can't speak for every room because I don't know all of the rooms will have this sort of overlook of the view. I'm not entirely sure, but our view has been incredible. I've really enjoyed staying in this particular room, overlooking that view, just amazing. Can't fault the room at all. So would I say the room, the actual accommodation aspect is a 5-star? Absolutely. I would highly recommend the actual accommodation part of it. Moving on to the facilities, the pool areas and things like that around the actual hotel. First of all, what I would definitely say is everywhere you look around the hotel, the grounds and everything that you walk through, to get to the restaurant or to get to your accommodation and things, the grounds around are just absolutely beautiful. They're so pretty. So the actual areas around the hotel is just really nice. The grounds within it, the facilities in terms of the pools, you do have 2 pools, each to do with each of the accommodations in terms of the Asterias part, the Apollonian part, but you can use both pools. It's not that you have to be restricted just to one, you can absolutely use both of them. And I definitely think the pool areas have been really nice. A nice vibe, quite a quiet vibe most of the time, and again it does depend on who's around the pool, doesn't it? But what I'm saying is there's not sort of blaring loud music. There is some entertainment around the pool, but only really once a day where they do sort of aqua gym or aqua dance, etc. That's in the Asterias part. In the Apollonion, that might be a little bit more noisier just because of sort of little children. There's the splash park and everything around that area, but in terms of actual facilities around the pool, it seems really good. There was 2 pool bars, 1 in each, so obviously you can get little snacks and drink and things from those pool bars. We've mainly stayed at the Asterias pool just because I feel that's a little bit more adult vibe rather than the other pool that has the splash park, just because I think that's more for little ones particularly, but that's just a personal thing. So the pool that we've been around in the Asterias part, as I say, has been quite a quiet vibe most of the time. Again, depending on who you get around the pool, some days have been a little bit more noisier than others, but I wouldn't say anything different to what most holiday resorts are, and especially all-inclusive ones. Obviously you're going to get a lot of different guests coming to stay, aren't you, at the hotel, and obviously some with children, some without, some people that make a bit more noise, some people that are really quiet and like more of a quiet vibe to it. But what I would say is just generally around the pool, there isn't blaring music, there isn't entertainment going on all of the time or anything like that. So a lot of the time, it's particularly early and late, you can definitely get those quiet moments really where it's just really peaceful. And as I say, there is the aqua gym, aqua aerobics, aqua dance, whichever one they do around the pool, but it is only once a day, day, so it doesn't really disturb, you know, anyone. I have been in other places where there's quite a lot going on quite a lot of the day. This isn't that type of hotel, so if you want to have lots of entertainment, it's not going to be for you. But for us personally, we're not too bothered by that. You know, I do like to do something, but not, you know, an awful lot. So just having that sort of aqua gym, aqua dance once a day, I think is enough, and the rest of the time you can just relax around the pool. There are other facilities in the hotel, so there's obviously the spa, which you would have to pay for extra charges. I imagine it'll just be the, you know, the normal type of things, massages, manicures, pedicures and things such as that. So we haven't used it, but it's definitely here on site if you wanted it. There is also the little mini cinema, which is definitely really mini, but at least it's there, guys. In all honesty, it's not something that would be for us at all, but if you've got children or you just want to sit and watch a film, there were some films that were, I think it was the Captain Corelli's mandolin film, which is a bit more obviously for adults, and then there was other, I think it was Moana and a few other Disney ones that were on more for children. So it's a nice little area if it's something that you'd be interested in. Again, personally for us, we weren't too bothered about that, so we didn't use all of the facilities here in the hotel, but there's definitely a few things dotted about. In terms of the pool bars, there are 2 pool bars that are open during the day, one beside each of the pools, and then there are 2 other bars that open around the pool on an evening. Later on in the day, maybe 5-6 o'clock, actually more 5 o'clock because it shuts around 6. We've sometimes had a cocktail because we don't tend to drink during the day. We do tend to just drink water, coffee, soft drinks, etc. But a little bit later on, we've had an alcoholic cocktail around the pool, and I can highly recommend the pina colada. But the pool bar that's open during the day, when we've had an actual cocktail from there, has been quite strong. You know, it has been quite a reasonable amount of alcohol in it. Also, non-alcoholic cocktails have been really good from there as well. This is around the Asterias pool. And then the other pool bar that is open during the day on the other pool side, the Apollonian side, is more of the snack bar. So we've definitely gone there for lunchtime and things and drinks. So we've just had soft drinks there and a few bits of snacks for lunchtime. The food in the snack bar has been pretty good, you know, quite reasonable. Basic, I would say, but reasonable. I've not had anything that's been really awful or anything, but not anything that's wowed me for definite. It's definitely more sandwiches, chips, salady things, little bits and pieces. I've had spring rolls, I've had chicken wings, veggie burgers, and then there's a few desserts, ice cream and things like that. So it's definitely more snacky related. We've chosen to eat there on a lunchtime a few times, and then we've eaten in the main buffet at lunchtime as well, just to really break it up so you're having a few different things. There are a few snacks around the other pool area which we've been staying around, the Asterias pool, but that is generally just limited to a few sandwiches and a bit of ice cream really. In terms of the pool bars on the night, so there's 2 pool bars, obviously one at either side of the pools, and they're opening pretty much on an evening around about 6 o'clock-ish. Now what we did find is in the Apollonian side of the pool bar that's open on an evening, we did find that is a little bit more in terms of the entertainment that's on. There's only one animation guy that does it. He does really, really well, bless him. You know, I think he does a really good job. It's not professional, it's not like a big, you know, show or anything that they're putting on. It's just one guy, obviously just trying to entertain pretty much more the children, which I think he does an excellent job with. There was a karaoke night, a quiz night, more of a Greek dancing night and things such as that. So loads of good fun there if that's what you're interested in. We weren't, again, that bothered particularly. I like to see more of a professional show. When we went to Turkey, it was a proper big area where you saw more of an actual show. Those type of shows I definitely would be interested in, or when you see sort of Mamma Mia or Grease or something like that, I would like things like that. But this particular entertainment is not something, it's very low key basically. So most evenings we've actually spent our time again around the Asterias pool bar on an evening and just had, you know, 1, 2, a few drinks on occasional nights. Now I definitely felt at the beginning of the holiday, particularly in the other pool bar where the entertainment is, the drinks felt very much watered down. I had a gin and tonic one evening, we've had some cocktails there, and they definitely felt very much watered down. Wasn't keen at all, to the point where I was just having soft drinks, not bothered at all. The wine isn't very good. The lager is pretty decent, so we've had a lager beer, so to speak, but no wine. The wine's awful. And as I say, cocktails and gin and tonics, etc., have been definitely felt more that they were watered down in the other bar. However, in the Asterias pool bar, the music, I think it's called the Apollo Music Bar, which is opposite the Asterias pool. Some of the cocktails and some of the spirits just taste like they're watered down, but we definitely found a couple of really good cocktails. The cocktails that we actually ended up having quite a lot of the time were pina colada and a black Russian is what my husband had quite a few times as well. Those are definitely the drinks that we preferred. Now don't get me wrong, I definitely don't like to drink an awful lot of alcohol in an evening. A few drinks is more than enough for me. I like to normally have a glass of wine with my meal. Don't bother because the wine in the restaurant is terrible. We've had white, we've had red, we did try the rosé, and I must admit we might have a drink of that tonight. The rosé was better, and when you look around on a lot of tables, there's women and men pretty much all drinking rosé, and we just thought, why is everyone drinking rosé wine? That's why, because the white and the red is definitely, just don't bother with it. There's no point. So the rosé is not too bad, but I like to have like a glass of wine with my meal and then later on have a cocktail or a Baileys, gin and tonic, something like that. My husband's okay with lager, etc. And as I say, the lager stroke beer is absolutely fine here. You know, it's just sort of the local type of brand, and that's fine. That's great if you like lager. But in terms of gin and tonics, as I say, very much watered down. Certain cocktails I felt like they were watered down, but some of them, as I say, if you work your way through the list and find the ones that work for you, brilliant. For us it was definitely pina colada and the black Russian. For non-alcoholic cocktails, Emily has had Shirley Temple quite a lot, and that is actually quite good. We've had that through the day as well. Coca-Cola, again, it isn't branded, it's not actual Coca-Cola, it's just a copy, you know, their own. And a lot of all-inclusives, a lot of the time that we've been in any all-inclusives, the soft drinks have actually been the branded drinks. Here you're definitely not going to get that, it's just their own copy. But as it goes, the Coke's been okay. We're not massive Coke drinkers, but when we do drink Coke, we've quite liked to hear that's been okay. Bottled water you can seemingly get from most of the bars here, so you just need to ask for, you know, a bottle of still water, and you're fine ordering them later on as well when you're finishing your drinks off and you come back to your room for the evening. That's fine for you to get bottled water. So there's plenty of bottled water if that's what you like to drink. So for us, it's a definite plus point because we do drink an awful lot of water. The food, guys, what did we think of the food? Hate to tell you, but that's not 5-star for definite. The accommodation, the grounds around it, pool areas, definitely 5-star. But in terms of the food, it definitely isn't. I've stayed in way better all-inclusives for the food. It's definitely been the most disappointing all-inclusive that we've stayed in for the food itself. There has been a few different sort of elements of food, either for breakfast, lunch or evening meal, that we've thought, oh, do you know what, that's actually really, really nice. But on the whole, it was just so disappointing, really disappointing. It's not 5-star, basically. I can't do a review on it and say it was excellent, because it wasn't. There are a few things. So for instance, just to give you some examples, on one evening we had sort of a beef fillet almost, or big chunks of, you know, sliced beef in peppercorn sauce. That was amazing, that was beautiful. Roast potatoes are on most evenings, but done in different things, like in lemon or in herbs or whatever. They were really nice. We've had pistachio, I think it's called, with the pasta and mince, etc. And some souffles each evening. They've sort of changed a different souffle. They've been really good. What else has been good on an evening? Pasta and pizza has been really good. But I haven't come to Greece to have pasta and pizza, and I know, before anyone thinks you're in an all-inclusive, you're not going to get much Greek culture, we realise that, we completely realise that, and that's why we've gone out for during the day, and we've also gone out for an evening meal in Lixouri. That's all included as part of our other videos, so definitely go check out our Kefalonia vlog, which is all about everything we've done in terms of day trips and where we've gone across the island, and then definitely check out our other vlog, which is just a day in the brownie life, really, a day with us here in this hotel, but also Lixouri by night. So we checked out a really nice Greek taverna in that video, so that was really excellent, and it was lovely to go out for a nice meal and experience something a bit more Greek. I do realise we're in an all-inclusive, you're definitely not going to get that, you know, in many all-inclusives, to be honest with you, but I did expect just to see, you know, say each evening, just see a few Greek dishes. So even if I didn't want to have the pasta, the pizza, the chips and things, I could have just made myself sort of a nice Greek salad out of all of the bits that were on the buffet, and then something Greek that was there, maybe with some other salad or vegetables or whatever. But as just a general rule, they just didn't have the Greek food here. As I say, I think there's been just a couple of things that have been Greek and we have enjoyed it, but it hasn't been great. Each to their own. At the end of the day, food is very, very subjective. It's something that one person might find amazing, one person just isn't. I'll be honest, I don't understand the 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor. We've looked at so many reviews before booking this hotel. I don't understand, I don't get it. I don't understand how people can say that the food is wow, is amazing. We've seen a book on reception that people have left so many excellent reviews. We've heard people at breakfast and evening meal time where people have said already booked for next year to come back. I don't get it, everyone. I'm really sorry to say the accommodation itself, the hotel grounds, as I say, you know, the hotel itself is beautiful and it is definitely worth its 5-star status. Food and drink, I'm afraid, absolutely lets it down. So if you haven't already booked this hotel and food doesn't really bother you, you're happy having, you know, chips, salad, bits and pieces to eat, and you're not really that bothered about food, or you're quite easily pleased and you quite like a few different things and it wouldn't bother you to that degree, fine. But if it is going to bother you, I wouldn't say anything I've had has been awful or anything like that. It's not bad food at all whatsoever. But would I say it's 5-star? No. I'm pretty sure you could probably pick a 3-star all-inclusive, pay an awful lot less money and probably get very, very similar food. There isn't much variety here, but in all honesty, you don't need variety. You don't need lots and lots of things. If everything that you've got is exceptionally good, it wouldn't bother us at all. I would have liked to have just seen a lot more Greek food. As I say, I appreciate we're an all-inclusive and there's going to be food for everybody. But that's fine having your pizzas and your pastas and your chips and, you know, other bits and pieces. That's absolutely fine, but I think just to see a few more Greek dishes would have been really, really good. And those dishes would have been definitely things that my family would have eaten for definite. So yeah, definitely would have liked to see more Greek food, more variety, definitely better quality. Lots of amazing reviews on TripAdvisor. So again, when we were coming, we did look at those reviews on TripAdvisor, and you know, often I just think, all them people can't be wrong. You don't have to take my word for it. You know, if you're booking the hotel or you're already coming or you're thinking of booking, again, you don't have to take my word for it. I'm just giving my opinion. The YouTube platform is here for a reason. I wanted to do videos on travel places and, you know, places we travel to abroad. I do lots of other things on our channel in case you haven't checked those out, in terms of Primark hauls and things such as that. So we do lots more other things here on the Brownie Life. But for me, you know, my passion is traveling, going on holidays, Disneyland Paris, but we have a separate channel, Disney Brownies, for that. So for us personally, you know, we love traveling, love going on holiday and love food, definitely. So for us, you know, doing a review, I have to be honest, you know, because anyone, when I was looking basically, and I looked on YouTube, there wasn't very many videos out there. Maybe my opinion would have been different to come here if I'd have seen a video saying the food just wasn't very good at all. I maybe would have picked somewhere different. Now, just touching on the a la carte restaurant, there is 2 a la carte restaurants, the Greek one, the Italian one. We only went to the Italian one because you can only have 1 per stay per week. So if you came for 2 weeks, you'd be able to have the Italian 1 week, the Greek 1 week, I'm presuming. But for us, we're only here a week, so we just had the Italian a la carte. I think that's not great either, in the sense that I think they could easily do the Italian and the Greek, and especially more in lower season. We're not in the height of summer or anything. The a la carte restaurants were not that busy, so I definitely feel like you should be entitled to have a meal in both, just to break up the buffet restaurant for definite. So we had the Italian one, as I say, because we could only pick 1, and we'd read from reviews that it was really, really good. The Italian, people would have actually paid for it in addition to the all-inclusive, because if you go half board, obviously you've got to pay for certain things here in the hotel in addition. It's not all-inclusive, is it, if you've got half board? But for us, we've got all-inclusive, so we had this meal included. So the Italian evening, what was it like? Not very good, I'm sorry to say. The salad we had as a starter and the bread, it was really nice. I have read reviews of some people saying it was amazing, the food was excellent. Again, I'm not seeing what they're seeing. I do realise food is so subjective, you know, not everybody likes the same things, but again, I'm in a situation where we were sat at the restaurant in the Italian thinking, what is everyone talking about? You know, the salad was good, it was very tasty, it was nice, but it wasn't spectacular. It wasn't the best salad I'd ever had in my life or anything. When we got to the mains, my mushroom risotto was just not good, guys, not good at all. I would say mushroom soup, a gloopy mushroom soup with really watered rice, looked like dishwater. Just, no, didn't do it for me. It smelled of garlic. It was very, very garlicky, but that's it. It didn't have any other taste to it at all, so I couldn't eat that. I had a couple of mouthfuls, I couldn't eat any more. Emily had the pasta, which is more the ragu, a bit pretty much like a spaghetti bolognese, but it had obviously thicker pasta with it. And that was actually really, really good. It was nice. Again, not the best pasta. My husband had sea bass that evening, and he said it was nice. You know, the fish was nice. You definitely got really tiny portions in terms of the fish. Emily's portion was quite reasonable. Mine wasn't that big, but as I say, I didn't eat it anyway. And then moving on to the desserts, we all had tiramisu. That was a saving grace because the tiramisu was really, really good. So just to sum up, the Italian evening just wasn't that good, the Italian a la carte. It's not what I would have expected from a 5-star hotel, for definite. I don't think we're picky eaters. I don't think we pretty much eat most foods, I'll be honest. We definitely like more things that are authentic, whichever country, you know, we're traveling in. But we're not picky eaters, you know, we don't just go for safe options. We would eat an awful lot of other range of foods. Just not for us, guys, unfortunately. You know, I hope if you've booked this hotel, I hope it's not a massive disappointment to you if you're watching this, because you will find something to eat. You know, you will find something that's good. Every evening that we've eaten in the hotel, you know, we have found some quite good food, I would say, but as a whole, it's just average, unfortunately. It's just nothing was wowing me at all. Nothing too much Greek, nothing very Greek about it. One thing I would touch upon as well, the service and the people here in the hotel leaves a lot to be desired, I must admit. I haven't come across many Greek people that have been working this hotel. The service hasn't been up to scratch at all. It hasn't been 5-star. The main people that have been absolutely amazing is the ladies that come in to clean the rooms. You know, they've been so friendly, cleaned so well, and they've done an amazing job. They have definitely given that 5-star service. But anyone around, you know, in the hotel, in the bars, the restaurants, they just look like they're not really happy to be here, not happy to work here. So I'm not entirely sure what goes on in the background of all of this. I don't know, but I've not come across that many Greek people, and I've not had that hospitality that I've definitely had out in all of the other, you know, parts of the island that we've visited. The lovely Greek people that we've come across have not been, sadly, in this hotel. So service-wise, definitely not 5-star. Food and drink, definitely not 5-star. The accommodation itself is certain things as well in the all-inclusive that are not included as part of your drink. So for me, I quite like a Baileys, not included, and I don't need the real thing. I could have had a copy of Baileys because a lot of copies are quite nice. Again, not included. Milkshakes, even for children or teenagers. You know, Emily was looking forward to having a really nice fruit juice or a really nice milkshake. The fruit juices are just really strong, don't taste very nice at all, so she's not really been having juices, and she couldn't have milkshakes as part of the all-inclusive because it's not included. So Emily's really stuck to water, had quite a lot of Coke, which she didn't really want to drink, but there hasn't been much else, and the Shirley Temple mocktail. For me personally, my husband, we've had coffees during the day, which have been okay, not fantastic, but they've been okay. You know, there's nothing really wrong with them. And water, some mocktails through the day, and then we've gone on to the pina colada, sort of late, well, early evening, you know, further into the evening, we've had pina coladas, lager, a little bit of rosé wine in the restaurant, but only because we've felt like we would like to have some wine with our meal, and I feel like we've paid for it. You know, an all-inclusive is, you've paid for it, haven't you, and you want to have maybe just a couple of drinks on an evening. But overall, sadly, the food and drink has been the real big disappointment here for this hotel. It just isn't 5 stars. In our opinion, it's not everybody's opinion. As I say, plenty of people have been booking for, you know, another year, further into the year, etc. Lots of returning guests. So everything in this video is just, you know, my opinion, my family's opinion. It's a review. You know, we're here on YouTube as a platform, and as I say, it is just my honest review here at the hotel. If I'd have known a few more things if I'd have known them before, you know, booking, would it have changed my mind? It might have done. I saw reviews with 5-star food, wow comments, and we did think that the food would genuinely be really, really good. As I said, the food is not bad, and so many people around us have just commented the whole week on how good the food is. And you know, when it's something where you think a different opinion and lots of other people think different, you just think, am I missing something? Am I genuinely missing something? Would I recommend this hotel? Would I come back? Well, to start with, would I recommend it? I'd recommend it for the accommodation. The hotel itself, beautiful, absolutely stunning views around, and everything is just lovely. It really is lovely. But as an overall package, would I recommend it? Probably not. Basically, just due to the food and drink. I think if food is really, really important to you and you haven't booked this hotel, I would seriously consider another one for definite. Just being average food, and we are in a 5-star hotel, so it's not what I expected, that's all. If we'd have been paying for a 3-star hotel and a 3-star all-inclusive, then I would have walked away from this thinking, fair enough, you know, I've paid less money, I'm staying in a 3-star, not a 5-star, so therefore the food and drink is kind of accommodated within that price. I would have been fine with that. It's the fact that it's a 5-star, and it's the fact that it's got so many great reviews. And I don't understand it. I absolutely don't, because the food and drink has definitely been a letdown. But for the accommodation, yes, I would recommend it. For the food and drink, no, I wouldn't recommend it. And as an overall package, it's a bit debatable whether I'd recommend it, because personally for us as a family, they come together. I don't book a place just purely for the hotel, purely for the room that you're sleeping in. I would book it as a package for the food and drink. And personally for us, the food, not so much the drink if I'm honest, but definitely the food is a really important part. And I know we're in an all-inclusive, you're not going to get lots and lots of, you know, local cuisines and things such as that, but I think some more Greek dishes would have been good. Definitely more quality and definitely more quantity. I'm just giving you my opinion for our family, and we've travelled well, you know, we have travelled quite a few places before, well before YouTube, you know, we've gone to lots of places, and yeah, it's not for me, guys, sorry. Would I return? No, I definitely wouldn't return. It's just not 5-star for us. It's not the luxury that I thought we'd get with a 5-star, and what we've paid for. At the end of the day, you know, a lot of holidays, and especially in the times that we're living in now, they're not cheap, are they? You know, the holidays are not cheap. And I think when you work all year, you work really hard. You know, me and Emily's dad, we work an awful lot of hours. I'm doing YouTube here, you know, I spend a lot of hours putting into YouTube as well. Emily's obviously at school, but you know, she works hard obviously the schoolwork and things like that, and I think when you save your money up and you want to come somewhere that is wowing because you've read the reviews that say that it is, I think, I don't know, it can be a little bit disappointing, but never mind. I really hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Definitely comment down below if there's anything else that I can help you with. If you've already booked to stay here, if there's just some other concerns or anything that you just want to specifically ask me, definitely drop a comment and I will do my absolute best to help. I hope this video hasn't gone on too long for you, and I hope my review hasn't dragged on too much. I've got quite a lot to say about it, just because some things haven't been that great for us. Other things have been lovely, and as I say, other things have been disappointing, but definitely comment down below if there's anything further I can help you with. And if you haven't booked it yet, maybe just look around at other hotels, look at other reviews. I say look at other reviews, that's what we did. And sometimes reviews don't always help, do they? Because you're looking at really good reviews and that's what you're going on, and then when you get somewhere it maybe isn't what you want. I don't think we're picky, guys. I think I just like good food, and maybe a lot of all-inclusives maybe just don't generally give that, but we have been to quite a few and we have enjoyed them. But yeah, this has just been a little bit disappointing. We've still overall had a wonderful holiday, and thank you so much once again for watching this video. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Check out all of our other Kefalonia vlogs here in the hotel, in Kefalonia itself. We've obviously got a few videos going out already on the channel or coming out soon, so I hope you really enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.